What's up, everyone? It's Austin over here at Revline Performance here in Dubuque, Iowa. Well, after a long wait of time, my trans brake finally came in from Jake's Performance after being on a back order. Got the transmission out. I'm going to put it on a stand. I'm going to do a little video here on how to install one of these because there is some modifications you have to make, unfortunately, and take the whole transmission apart to get the trans brake in there. It is a D3 Pro, so you can leave it in third and it'll leave in first or second and shift for you automatically. It's a great setup to if you want to leave with lots of boost, which I intend on doing. But stay tuned. I'm going to get the transmission on a stand and we'll go from there. I also wanted to show you guys my trans brake button that I'm going to go with. I bought this over at Motion Raceworks and it comes in all sorts of colors here, but it's right on the shifter. You have to drill your holes through the shifter. This is also for Motion Raceworks, but it's all integrated with the actual handle itself. So yeah, just thought I'd update you on that as well. All right, guys, I got the 480 here on a stand. I want to take a step back and remind you guys to make sure you drain all the fluid out of the transmission prior to pulling it from the vehicle. It just makes life a lot easier. And then if you're wondering how I got it on a stand, I just picked this up on Amazon. It was like 40 bucks. It's meant to bolt onto a bench, but I didn't have a bench, so in my case I used my tire machine. It just hooks on each side and tightens down, centers it up. And then now you're gonna wanna take your torque converter out. Just pops right up. Take two hands, pull it straight up. And again, if you don't have all the fluid drained out of it, you're probably gonna have a mess. So now what we're gonna do is flip this on its back here and get the pan off. If you have a stock pan, I still believe it's the same size bolts, but these are all 13s. Take them all off and we'll go from there. Always a good idea to pick you up some magnet trays too. Helps keep things a lot cleaner. Golly, that still looks good. Okay, now that you got your pan off, what you're going to do is take your filter out of the way, which just goes back and forth and pull up. It should come out. There you go. And now you're going to want to get all your valve body bolts out. All the valve body bolts are 10 mils and your pressure switch is 8 mil. There is a bolt underneath this hard line. There you go, you can see it right here. So what you're going to want to do first is take that 10 millimeter out and pull this whole pipe off, and then you'll be able to get to that valve body bolt. Take this off here quick. Don't lose that. I would put this bolt right back through it like this. Pull this line out of here. If it doesn't fight me, here we go. Just comes out like that. You can see this end here just pulls straight out and slips right into that. I don't know if you can see that little hole there, and vice versa on this side. Keep that with this. Careful with that too, your park paw. Take all these out. It's pretty easy to know which ones are which because the valve bodies are all 10s and then the center ones are 8s. So just get all these out, we'll lay them in the pan. Now what you're gonna want to do is get your harness unplugged here. A couple solenoids here. The tab just pulls up, pulls off. This one here, same thing. You can see on the side here. Probably easier to do this with a little pocket screwdriver. Just put it right here on the edge. Very gently, don't break it. And, oh, it's so hard to do one-handed. There you go. That's off of there. And then you have your torque converter lockup switch, pressure switch on this side. Same deal, don't break it. Nice and easy. Get that side unlocked. There we go. And this one here just slides up. Maybe. All right, I couldn't do that one-handed, so these just slide straight up and lock on, just like that. And get this out of your way now here. Oh, there is a connector here too. You just squeeze these tabs together and lightly pull. There you go. Okay, now you can get that out of the way. Right now, the only thing holding this valve body on is these 8mm bolts, which I'm going to take off now. And you'll notice once I get to the last 8mm bolt, the whole valve body will just kind of like pop up. Wait for it. See how I just lift it up like that? So now you can pull these bolts out here, and before you get all crazy and just pull it straight up, what you're going to want to do is twist it like this. Otherwise, what will happen is you'll tear up all those O-rings in there. Set that aside. Okay, now the valve body is ready to come out. So I'm going to set this down and swap it. Just lift this straight up. Like that. Set this in the pan. If the gasket gets stuck, no big deal. Pull it off here. Set that over there. Now what you're gonna want to do is get a magnet and get all 8 of these check balls here. You can see them kind of creeping in here. 1, 2. I'm gonna do this one at a time here. So I'll kind of show you where they all were. You can kind of see the indents of where they were, but you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 balls, and you're only going to use 4 of them for the D3 Pro, so you can take 4 and keep them for a spare. I don't care what you do with them, but we're only going to put back 4. All right, so next what we're going to want to do is take this T45 out. That holds your 4th drum in, and then you're going to want to take this 3/8 12-point out, and that is for your center support. If you don't have these 2 out, when you go to pull everything out, it'll just get stuck and bind up in there. So make sure you take those 2 out. Also, you're going to want to take the rear lube fitting out. If you don't take this out, then the center support won't come out as well, and I'll show you that in a second. See, this will go up against that, so you got to have your rear one out. The front one can stay, but the rear one's got to come out. You're also going to want to remove the front band servo. That just pulls up. Got an O-ring on it, a spring. I'll show you here. See, the spring just sits in there. So I got this bolt out, and that 3/8 12-point. Set that aside. Now we can take out our reverse servo. Have the cap, a little mess. You got your gasket here too. And then this, I don't know if I can do this with one hand or not, but this just twist it until it pops out. Twist and pull up. There we go. We'll get to this later here. You gotta modify this a little bit. Get your spring out. Put it back on the cup. Set it aside. Final check before we flip this transmission straight up here. Make sure you got those 2 bolts out. Your rear lube fitting, and your reverse, and that. Yeah. I got the transmission flipped straight up. Next, we got the pump bolts. These are 13mm. Take all those out. And then you also have an O-ring here. That's for your torque converter lockup. You need to have this off in order to get the pump off. Otherwise, the pump and that O-ring on the bushing for the pump will get stuck and it won't come off. So let's take these out, get after it. Get this O-ring off of here. Don't forget to put that back on. Set it in a spot where you'll know where it goes. Pull the bolts out. Now these can be a little tricky to get out of here. These have washers on them as well. At least mine does. But you can use the case to kind of try and pry it with the pry bar here. And sometimes you can get in between here and try and lift it up. Set that right there.